What you see on the screen here now is I've got two different commonly used HTML editors. And actually, they're both more than HTML editors, but for the purpose of what we're going to be showing, we'll be using them as HTML editors. There's Dreamweaver Creative Cloud, and there is Aptana Studio 3. And both of these allow you to create basic HTML documents and CSS documents and other things too. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you when you go in, and in Aptana, you would choose New from Template, and you would choose HTML. And we're going to be using HTML5 for everything that I do. And what that does is it throws up a basic set of HTML that's going to be common for any of the web pages that you're going to do. Now, if you do the same thing in Dreamweaver, File, New, HTML, and make sure it's on HTML5, and then you create that. I'm just, again, creating a basic page. You've got a basic page. Now, this one in Dreamweaver has less stuff because Aptana includes a lot of extra stuff that doesn't have to be there for it to be a website, that it pulls from the setup that you have. But if you came in here and removed all of this stuff below the title tag and this stuff between the head tag, actually below the meta character set and the title tag, if you delete all that stuff and then take any content out of this body tag, because it throws in a lot of content into the body tag, and it is stuff that you will eventually usually use: header, navigation, footer. Those are normal things that are in there. But if you remove that stuff, what you end up with is both of these pages are pretty much identical. You've got the document type declaration of HTML. You've got your opening HTML tag. This one happens to include languages English. You've got your closing HTML tag at the bottom. So anytime you have an opening tag, you have to have a closing tag for it. You've got your head tag in both of them, opening and closing head tags. You've got your meta character set, UTF-8. You've got your title tag with the content that you will change. This is the first actual content that you'll change, and you should get in the habit of, whenever you create a document, putting a title in there, because you don't want it to say untitled document or HTML. That doesn't tell people anything about your document. So then there's a closing head tag, and then there's the body tag. Inside the body tag, this is where the information that you're going to use in your site will go. So there I added a paragraph. It doesn't have to be in a paragraph. It could be an H1 or whatever, and that works. That's the same for either one of these. And I'm just typing in the code. Whoop, it automatically did some. So both of these are basically identical pages. So what we're going to be working on, you'll need to, whatever software you're using, you'll need to get familiar with the interface with it. And I have some videos that go along with that I put into my classes to help you do that. But the main thing is not the interface. The main thing that you need to learn is what's going on in these HTML documents. And then the second thing that we'll be working on in this is CSS documents. And I'm just going to do a blank CSS document. A CSS document has very little at the beginning. It's a document type declaration and a character set. And in Aptana, it automatically adds a tag. So it doesn't have this information. So the idea is the same, though, that no matter what software you're using, and you don't even have to use an HTML editor. You can be using a simple text editor will work. The software is not as important as what you're doing with the pages and the cascading style sheets, and so we'll get into that in the next video.